All right, so this is our advanced getting started. Again, my name is Kathryn Ewing, and I will be training today on the advanced getting started a little bit more in depth. So forgive me in advance if I miss anything. I'm filling some big shoes today, but hopefully I can get your questions answered and get you off to a great start. So this is basically our brand partner timeline. So upon enrollment, again, we train on the boards like we previously discussed. We're going to help you to make that first post with you and invite you to all the business groups. And look, I'm not going to lie, that first post, I had to shut my eyes and then just hit the post button and hope for the best. I was nervous as all get out, which many people are. But you know what? You have to take that leap of faith because you will never look back and go, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. I can guarantee you it's an amazing experience, and you will have so many people coming to you that you're then able to turn around and help each and every single one of them in their health journey. And then, of course, in their potential business journey as well. So like I said, invite to the business groups that we previously talked about, share the Telegram, share the IPA Zoom, and all of those items that we spoke about in the previous session. Then when boxes are sold, usually it's about 4+ boxes, we will train on the conversion process and the customer flow. So obviously all this information is available. We just don't want to overwhelm or overload anyone. We want to go at their pace. And then the next piece is going to be getting to gold and ultimate, where we want to confirm the subscription, enroll in the direct deposit, share how to leverage your next order to earn $150 or more. I mean, who doesn't want $150 or more each week? Sign me up, right? So then the last thing is going to be to start a team. We want to check orders in the volume report and then reach out to those team members who are ordering bulk packs to make sure that they're properly trained, but also see if you can do anything to help them. Again, you're not here alone. We're here to work as a team. So diving in, your boards may look a little different. So if you do not have, this is basically the boards that shared with thousands of individuals, but I do know that a lot of leaders have created their own additional board, which is fantastic. But if you don't have this one, we're happy to share that with you. You may have something similar. But we advise people, if you can select that Let's Get Started, it shows you the whole process as far as the onboarding and getting started. And look, I'm not going to lie, I love refreshers. So sometimes I would like to go back to this with my new brand partner to see the various steps to make sure that I still remember, as well as refreshing each piece for me personally and helping them. So this is where we would want you to select the Let's Get Started, and it takes you step by step on all of the items for the onboarding. Now, diving into our back office, some people access the back office on the Share app. I personally do not like that. I like to go to my good old Safari and type in the back office link, and that way I can use it just through the internet. Nothing fancy. I like to keep both of them separate, but each to their own. You do what works best for you. You can access it in the Share app. So within your back office, you will see a similar page here. And so on your dashboard, you would select the subscribe, which is that purple circle where you see with the delivery truck to the right-hand side. And that's where you're going to set up your subscription. So on the left-hand side, you'll see your qualifying week, which this is listed in your dashboard a little further on the page, where you can actually see what your color week is. So you want to make sure that you are setting up your subscriptions for your qualified week. And if for some reason it gets messed up, don't worry, reach out to your upline to help out. But also we have a phenomenal customer service department at Partner Co, and they are extremely helpful, and they are happy to help us any way they can. Very patient with us. I mean, I could just go on days and days talking positive words about them. But don't worry, if for some reason you set it up on the wrong color week, we can make a call and we can get that corrected. So for these purposes, this qualifying week for this individual would be the green week. And so we want to make sure to set up that subscription for the green week. So This is going to be similar as far as the steps that it takes you in. So like I mentioned, you select that subscribe purple button on your dashboard, and it literally takes you step by step of what to do. So on the left-hand side, at this point, you have already selected the item or items that you would like on your recurring subscription order. And this occurs every 4 weeks. So for those months that have 5 weeks, it is going to occur every 4 weeks, because I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather them do that so that I could get a paycheck every single Friday. So keep that in mind when setting these up, that it is every 4 weeks. And you can interchange your subscription. I do it often, especially if I get overloaded with certain products and like to change it up. So for this, you can see on the left-hand side for the example that the Limu and Renew pack was selected, and it is 100 PV. And so I point that out because to be commission qualified, you need a minimum of 100 PV. So obviously you can have more, but you at least need 100. If you were to get less than 100, you would not be commission qualified, but you would have the ability to get the wholesale pricing. So again, keep that in mind when setting this up, because I'm assuming that everyone here is interested in making a business out of this. So you want to make sure to have that minimal of 100 PV, and you will get a notification in red on the screen if for some reason you have not met that 100 PV, just as an additional notification and reminder for yourself before you set it up. So then you will select that continue to checkout, and it will take you to the next step where you're going to select your payment method, and you will also select your date. So again, for this example, we are Green Week, and you will notice that the week ends on Fridays, and your auto ship or your subscription will come out on Saturday. And then the next business day is when they will start shipping those auto ships out. So since we are Green Week, we're going to select the future Green Week, which would be the next Green Week, which for this example would be July 26th. And so we will select, that Saturday, the 26th, to set it up, and we will confirm that that is set up for subscription. And again, any issues with your subscription, get with your upline. And if for some reason something doesn't look right, call our amazing customer service and they can help you out from the back end to make sure that you're set up for success. So the next piece is going to be that direct deposit. So this was a number one on my list, because I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to get paid and not skip a beat. So one of my favorite places within the back office is the My Money. So you would select the dashboard drop down, and you would then select the My Money. On the left-hand side, you can see that. On the right-hand side is then where you have additional options under My Money, and that's where you're going to select that partner co-pay, because we want to make sure that you're set up for that direct deposit and ready to go. And this usually is an item that we like to work with our brand partners at least by the 3rd week, if not prior, to have this all set up so that when the time comes, they have the subscription coming out on time, as well as their pay is set up to come out on time. So once you select that partner co-pay, you would then see a similar screen here where you're going to set it up, and you would select the partner co-pay as far as all of your information for like your bank account or wherever you would like that direct deposit to go. And then of course you want to put in the social security number or tax ID depending on your setup. Again, we try to get people to do this at least by the 3rd week of being a brand partner so that everything is seamlessly done in time for everything to cycle. So if for some reason you need to verify because you want to make sure that it has gone through appropriately, again, that customer service can help you out if for some reason you don't see that confirmation on screen. Now, for the direct deposit, this is one area that a lot of people have uh-ohs, so to speak, and don't fret, because I did too. I put in 100% because I don't know about you guys, but I want my whole paycheck going to my bank account. I don't want a penny missing. So you want to make sure to put that 100%. It does default to 0%. So when you open it up, you will see that. So make sure you put 100 and then save. Um, I personally thought that I saved it. For whatever reason, I didn't, but it was not a big deal because I was able to call customer support and they were able to update that and verify that it was set to 100%. So please do not worry about that. We can definitely get it fixed and updated in time. And if for some reason it's delayed, no worries. You're not going to miss a beat. They're very kind to us and work with us every step of the way. But just to point that out, make sure that it does say 100% and hit that save. And before the cycle would occur, I would definitely go back and double check to make sure that you didn't, and you did it appropriately and did save that 100%. It's never too bad to double check. So now we're moving into the how to find your volume for placement and to check for your team. This is a valid question and a very common question. So again, you're going to go to one of my favorite places, My Money, and it will expand options and you will select volume. And when you select volume, you're going to see a similar report as you see on screen here. Obviously, everyone's is going to differ, but the foundation is basically the same. This is going to be where you're going to check as far as where you would put that volume. So let's say that I have an order and I need to put it under someone, which line or which leg, we have two terminologies, depends on your preference, are you going to put it on? And so this is where I would go to my volume report and I would see. And you want to put it under the lesser volume. So as you can see where it's circled, we have it pointed out. Obviously, you can see one has higher volume over the other. I will point out that that pink red line, which is the bottom line, that is your power leg or power line, depending on how you would like to call it. That's the one that's going to have the most volume. So for putting volume under, we want to put it on the lesser leg, which is going to be that white line, that top line above. And so that's where we can then go in a little further to see where to put that volume under. Now, I will point out that from week to week, day to day, those lines could change. And for these purposes, we're only looking at two different lines, but you can have more, especially once you get to something we call ultimate, which we'll get to in just a second. But for placing volume and not knowing where to place people, place volume, or what have you, this is the best place to go to get a better idea of where to place that volume. So for these purposes, we would put it under our pay leg or pay line because that's the one that's going to help us to get our Friday checks for our base commissions. So, you know, we're all about that base pay. So when you're looking for somewhere for the volume, that is definitely what you want to do is the lesser leg. So this is where you can get kind of that snapshot to see where you can place those orders going forward. Now here is if I were to have selected that pay leg and I'm wanting to put volume under, for example, I can actually see where the various volume is. But also, you know, I want to reach out to these individuals that are making orders. So I've kind of transitioned a little bit. You know, I've found a place where to put my volume, but now, you know, I want to help my team and thrive and I want them to excel in all areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then filter out the order type, which is going to just have regular instead of auto ship. We love our auto ship, but for the regular orders, that's where we can see people are placing orders on a regular basis. It's not just their subscription. So these more than likely are going to be boxes of drops. So this is where we can then help them, whether it's to help them as far as putting volume under them or helping them to make sure that they have everything to succeed. Either way, there's multiple uses for this. So as you can see on the second from the end, the far right, where it has that PV total, that's where you can see the 1,600, 576, 500, you can go so forth and so forth, where it shows that PV volume. So you can see for Whitney, for example, she's at that 1,000 mark. So I can look and see that she's definitely been buying drops because our drop packs that I'm looking for, our 4-pack is 208 PV. our 10 pack is going to be 500 PV, and then our 30 pack is going to be 1500 PV. So just by knowing those numbers and looking at this, I can see what people are roughly getting, and I can then reach out to them as well as help them out. Now, the biggest piece that I like to go to after that volume is obviously not only to help my team, but kind of see where everybody's at, is this striking distance report. I like to check this every single Wednesday, if at all possible, to kind of see where everybody's at, to see how I can help them out. And so again, if you go back to your dashboard and you select that striking distance report, you would then see a similar report as shown here. So where it's circled obviously in the center is where you can then see where everyone is at on this striking distance report, and you can use it for multiple purposes. So Madonna, for example, she is at that 1500 PV and she is ultimate. Ultimate is the place we really want to get people within that first 4 weeks. That unlocks the ultimate pay for life. And that is one of our first goals. And with that, you know, Madonna obviously is selling drops because we've gotten her to 1500 PV, where we have either helped to place volume under, or she has placed volume under there. Again, we're working as a team. So I'm able to look on here to see who is ultimate, or how many points someone may need to get to ultimate, and how I can further help them in some additional volume or reach outs, whatever it may be. So you'll see Tina, which is that second individual. She is at elite status. So she's so close, almost there, not yet, has about 192 left. And so she would be one that we would want to reach out to see how we could help to get her over that hump, to get her to ultimate status. Because once you're there, you're locked in for life. And see how we can get that additional volume under her so that we, again, can help her to get to that ultimate status. So I love this, where you're able to see who all has a particular volume, as well as how we can help to further help their success, and reach out to them individually, and again, work as a team. So once we have that, we then, again, like I said, we want to reach out to people as far as that ultimate status. And week 3 is really when we're doing a lot of this follow-up, because we want to try to get them to ultimate within their first 4 weeks. Again, the first 3 weeks, you know, by the 3rd week, excuse me, we want to make sure that they're set up for that direct deposit. And then anyone who's ultimate, who maybe we haven't met before, you know, they're in our downline and we want to get with them, whether it be on a 3-way call with the person that signed them up, or we want to reach out to them to see how we can help them, kind of what's going on. Hey, we've noticed that you're moving some serious volume. I mean, you're sitting at 1500 PV, you're already ultimate, and you haven't even hit your 4-week mark. You know, how's it going? And everyone loves that. Everyone loves the additional assistance as far as being successful in the business. And then, of course, anyone ordering boxes under someone else. And I think actually I did not point that one out. Let's go back just a quick second. I think I've done this before. I get so excited going to the next one. But let me recap on that so you guys don't miss this. So with that being said, when we're working on our list of reach outs for people going that are down our line, and we want to help them and kind of see how things are going, added volume and what have you. When we're looking at this report and we see Whitney, Kate, and Aretha, you'll notice the email to the right-hand side. And you'll notice that Kate has Josh Smith next to it. So more than likely, these are 2 different people. And that's where volume has been placed under Kate to help. But the person we would want to contact is actually Josh Smith, because he's the one moving the volume, to see how we can help. Because once you hit that ultimate status, you are then putting all of your orders, for the most part, under other people within your organization to help them out, to help them get to ultimate or get to that next rank. So that is a piece that we do want to point out as far as that email address. You'll notice that when you pull up the report, if it doesn't match, more than likely someone else has put volume under them to help them out, to help the team as well. So I apologize. I've done that too many times. I'll get it one of these days. So again, anyone ordering the boxes under someone else more than likely would have a different email than matching their name, where we would be able to add them to our list. And then another piece that is one of my ultimate favorite, excuse me, our ultimate favorites is the customer appreciation and the drop talks. These are not a have to, but you definitely are going to want to, because the community, the positive vibes, oh my goodness, I just can't speak enough positive things about these events. And you just want to make them as simple as possible. You want it to be able to be recreated by all of your team members. You don't want to make it so impossible that they can't reciprocate, because you can't be there for every second of every event or every thing going on. So these drop talks and customer appreciations are so good to get the various communities together. We do have a site where we have events all around the world on a regular basis. So even if you're not a part of that team, no worries. You can still go, you're still invited, everyone's welcome, and you can invite your guests. And if for some reason you can't be at the event, but you have people within the area, you can still invite them. And those that are leading that event will take care of them and then send them back to you. So again, it's one big, huge community where we work together so that everyone can have huge success. But this is an additional layer that definitely helps getting that face to face and just being authentic and showing people what we have is absolutely amazing and that they too can have huge success. So again, make it super simple. Don't make it so complex where people cannot reciprocate. And that's going to be everything. So I am happy to answer any questions that you guys may have.